You're listening to Ask an Attorney, special edition of the morning show, all about Florida law. I'm attorney Joe Pippen, and special guest in studio joins me for the rest of the morning till 9 o'clock, and welcome Barbara Haselden. Good morning, Barbara.
Good morning, Joe.
Barbara's the 912 organizer for Pinellas County, so what better type of guest would be a 912 organizer to celebrate the 4th of July? So very much welcome to the show. Well, the 912 group's a very active group in Florida, Pinellas, Hillsborough County. You have any 912ers that want to call in and celebrate the 4th of July with Barbara and myself, please do so. We'll allow you to tell your special stories. We celebrate the birth of our great country here. All right, you're listening to the morning show. I'm filling in. I'm attorney Joe Pippen doing my version of Ask an Attorney, all about Florida law. If you have a celebration statement you'd like to make about our great country, 4th of July, or a legal question or a current event that you'd like to talk about in Hillsborough, 813-990-9352. In Pinellas, 727-461-9352. Toll free, 1-800-969-9352. Special guest Barbara Haselden, 912 organizer. Hey, if you're a 912er and you want to call in and say hello to Barbara and celebrate the 4th of July with us for the next hour or so, please do. Let's go to Carla in St. Petersburg. Hey, Carla.
Hi, Joe, and everything on our shirts and our dresses. And we're walking around, and I happen to notice a group of people sitting in an outdoor cafe who are also wearing American flags. So I stopped and said hi to them. I said, "Are you American?" They said, "Yes." I said, "Oh, well, happy Independence Day." And it was just amazing how many Americans were there wearing, outside the country on Independence Day, wearing American flags. And during the next about hour and a half, I was probably stopped 10 times by other Americans saying, "Oh, you're American. Oh, happy Independence Day." So, we just sort of were spreading it across the country. Barbara's just wonderful, I want to tell you. She has been fantastic gathering information for us, holding the group together and everything like that, and they've just been doing wonderful work. So just wanted to let you know that.
Yeah, you would think that a 912 organizer is her full-time job, as much emails and activities she's involved in, for sure.
Yes, she does. And sometimes I get emails from her like before 7 in the morning and sometimes 10 o'clock at night. I've even emailed her saying, "Barbara, go to bed. You're working too hard."
So, Carla, what are you doing today for 4th of July?
Some friends of mine are getting together, and we're going out to dinner, and then we're going over to the beach. I heard you guys mention the beach. Great place to see the fireworks. I work for the police here, and we used to, in the old days, be able to get to the top of the police department building, and we could see all the fireworks 360 degrees from the beach and the Vinoy and every place. It was really cool.
All right, Carla, I hope you have a great time, and thanks for calling, and happy 4th of July to you.
Thank you. Happy Independence Day.
Thank you, Carla.
Welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, you stay tuned for another hour of celebrating the 4th of July with you right here on the morning show. Attorney Joe Pippen, you stay tuned.
Welcome to Ask an Attorney. The law office is now open. Call attorney Joe Pippen with any legal question about Florida law.
Hey, Karen.
Hi, how are y'all doing today?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing very well. Hi, Barb.
Hi, Karen. Joe, I want to introduce you to Karen. This
Okay.
is she is the organizer for Tampa 912.
All right. Well, great having you on the show.
Yeah, it's very good to be here, and I'm just so excited this 4th of July. 4th of July to me means a celebration of freedom, of course, and to me it also is the 3 F's: family, fireworks, and food.
Well, there you go. I had one of my attorneys get married this weekend, and I'm saying, hey, I was kind of joking with her, and I said, hey, 4th of July is all about independence, and you're getting married. And she says, I'm in it for the fireworks. So I thought that was good. I thought that was a pretty sharp comeback.
That's a good answer.
Right. Well, it is a celebration of independence. Back in the day, our forefathers were fighting international law from the British Empire imposing laws without their ability or to intercede. Private property rights were being eroded, and unfortunately, even the seas, the seas were being controlled by the British Empire. And unfortunately, we're seeing a lot of those encroachments coming back on us today. So we need to be vigilant and keep reminding ourselves of why we're such a great nation, and a lot of it has to do with our freedom and our independence, and we just have to be watchful of it. We have to make sure that they don't slowly get eroded away.
Well, Karen, I really appreciate you calling the show, and it's nice to meet you, at least on the radio airwaves, and hope to meet you soon. And I know you enjoy working with Barbara, and she's a great 912er just like you are. So.
Yeah, and thanks for the opportunity, and happy 4th of July to everybody.
Happy 4th of July.
Have a great day, Karen, with your family.
Sure, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, let's go to Gibby in Largo.
Yes, good morning, and happy 4th of July to both of you and your entire listening audience. Barbara, I want to commend you for your work. I am a 912er myself on a remote basis. The messages I get from you on my computer are invaluable. A couple things that I would really like to complain about. We don't have a lot of time because I'm sure we have a bunch of other folks that want to call in, but one of my biggest complaints right now is our Supreme Court taking a vacation when they should be addressing this ridiculous health care garbage that the people in Washington have forced on us. I don't know what your feeling is on this, but their responsibility is to protect us as citizens, and yet, of course, maybe they're just following the example of the administration by going on vacation and playing golf and other things, other than taking care of our country. As a Navy veteran in particular, I am, well, I don't want to use any bad language, but let me just say I'm furious about what's going on in our country, headed by these clowns that are running it.
All right, earlier with "Oh Say Can You See" by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed the twilight's last gleaming, and that whole first stanza, but the last stanza says a lot to me. It says, "Blessed with victory and peace, may the heaven-rescued land praise the power that have made and preserved us as a nation. Then conquer we must, for our cause is just, and this be our motto, in God is our trust. And the star-spangled banner in triumph doth wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave." So I think that middle part of that, praise the power that have made and preserved us as a nation, and this be our motto, in God we trust. I think somewhere along the way we've gotten away from that a little bit as a nation. So as we celebrate the 4th of July, the national anthem, our Star-Spangled Banner, says a lot that we should still remember and also praise. All right, you're listening to Ask an Attorney, all about Florida law, special 4th of July show. Barbara Haselden is a guest, 912 organizer. If you'd like to call in with your 4th of July salute or comment, or ask a legal question or comment on a current event. In the meanwhile, we're celebrating the 4th of July with you. If you have a 4th of July comment or praise, or if you want to talk about a current event or ask a legal question in Hillsborough, 813-990-9352. In Pinellas, you got 461-9352. Toll free 1-800-969-9352. Let's go to Shannon with the Tea Party. All right, Shannon, how are you? Or Sharon, I'm sorry.
Right. Hey, thank you. Thank you for taking my call. Well, the 4th of July, I think even this year we have a big election coming up. I think it's a huge reminder of where we are today versus what our founding fathers gave us. And for me, the 4th of July represents that celebration of those founding principles of our country and the liberties and freedoms that we cherish. I think, as we've gone throughout the last 200 plus years, some of this, or perhaps even a lot of this, people have forgotten. So we need to take this day and remember, reflect on our history and the genuineness of how our founding fathers became the first country where our rights came from our Creator. This has never been done before. Today, I think, people continue, generation after generation that has grown up, we've forgotten our history. It's not being taught. And we forget those founding principles.
Well, have you read the 5,000 Leap book?
Absolutely. And my belief
Well, could you comment, since you're on that point, could you comment on Moses and the laws of the Bible that are incorporated into our Founding Fathers in the 5,000 Leap Book? Because I was talking to Barbara about it a little bit. I'm sure she'd be able to add something to the statement as well.
Well, our country was founded on the Judeo-Christian principles, and you can't take that away. So I've read the book. I don't have probably the exact wording of what they said, but I believe truly that if our children read that book, if that was in the curriculum of in our schools throughout our history, we probably wouldn't be in kind of the mess that I see we're in now, because they have so many of those Judeo-Christian principles in the book. You know, everything from the moral issues to the fiscal issues. So we've gotten away from so much of that again, I would like to see that book as part of the curriculum, because I think one of our problems today is we've had generations of children that are not being educated.
All right, Barbara, you have a comment about?
Well, first of all, this is Sharon Calvert, who is Tampa Tea Party.
Okay.
And so thanks for calling in, Sharon. She is tireless in her efforts. And with regards to the book, I just go back to the caller before also, who talked about the sacrifices of the Founding Fathers, which really mirrors, Joe, the sacrifices of Jesus' disciples. And every one of them, they did not come to a good end for the most part. So I think that we all have to stand up for what we believe in and be strong. Because we do have to save the goodness that's in our country and fight the evil that's trying to seep in, and it takes every darn one of us that believe in the goodness. The Leviticus, if you go to the Bible and you see that Moses came down, of course, with the Ten Commandments, but as time went on and they were developing their style of government, you can read about that in Leviticus, and the Founding Fathers patterned the Constitution after Leviticus. After the law that Moses devised. So it was nothing new. And then so just to say what Karen's saying, I mean, Sharon, the 5,000-year leap really brings it home. And if the school is not going to have your children read it, you have your children read it.
Absolutely.
Sharon, thank you so much for. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. I was just going to mention, I gave it to my children to read to make sure that they understand what we're up against, and that's a good suggestion.
Sharon, thank you so much for calling. I hope you have a great 4th of July.
Thank you.
Hey, Doris.
Hi. I just wanted to speak a little bit about the 4th of July and the importance of it. My husband and I are transplants from Philadelphia, so we're very aware of the Declaration of Independence and that it was drafted by Thomas Jefferson, and the importance of the independence of the entire document and what it means to all of us. That yes, they did take a risk by signing their names to it, because they could have been hanged. And today, even with my grandchildren, they are not taught everything they should know about their country. It's briefly done, and if they do it too early, they should do it again, because these children have no idea how lucky they are to be and have the freedoms that they do.
Absolutely.
And we're impressed with the way you run it. We were there for the vetting, or actually, well, yeah, more vetting, because it wasn't a debate, and we were totally impressed.
Oh, wasn't that a wonderful day?
Oh, it was. I mean, we haven't stopped talking about it yet.
Oh, thank you. Well, it was the result of a lot of people on our group, and I hope that you'll come to some meetings and get involved, or stay with us. We're gaining more and more members all the time. We're up to 1,025 now.
All right.
Assistant organizers and the such as Doreen and Jim and Pete and Chuck and Sully and there's so many wonderful people that have come together, and truly they just work every single day to try to bring and keep independence for all of us here in Pinellas County.
All right. It's been a great pleasure having you on the show.